Premier, the Honourable Michael Dunkley, JP MP. Minister of Health, the Honourable Jean Atherton, JP MP. Minister of Cultural Affairs, the Honourable Patricia Gordon-Pamplin, JP MP. Junior Minister, Senator Jeff Barron. Senator Lynn Wooldridge, JP. The Honourable Kim Wilson, JP MP. U.S. Consul General Mary Ellen Koenig. Invited guests, event organizers, empowered ladies, and supportive gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all here as we join in the global celebration of International Women's Day today, March the 8th. Countries worldwide are taking the pledge for parity in an effort to close the gender gap by 2030 and to further advance, recognize, and applaud the immense contributions made by women in every aspect in our communities, be it social, political, economic, or cultural. Here in Bermuda, it is easier to see the strong, successful women in positions that were once only reserved for men. From our past female premiers to those who grace the top offices in our financial, educational, insurance institutes, even a wines and spirits company. These women have blazed trails in Bermuda. Their strength and determination to succeed will see them as examples, we hope, for their peers and for the next generation that hard work does pay off. And as men, and that's what I am, as a man, we need to actively support this move to true equality. I applaud the continued efforts of the Women's Resource Center and other local organizations that work tirelessly to further the advancement of women in our community. The fearless Iron Lady herself, Margaret Thatcher, once said, and I take this with a grain of salt, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. Words to live by. Welcome all to City Hall. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this important cause. There's so much to celebrate today. I speak for the organizing committee when I say that we're thrilled to be holding a Bermuda Women's Day event and play our part in supporting women worldwide. This starts with supporting women in our everyday lives, coming together as women, trusting, encouraging, teaching, and honoring each other. Women truly touch lives, and together we can make a difference. The UN has explained that at the current rate of progression, we would probably attain gender equality planet-wide by 2050. The message for International Women's Day 2016 is Step It Up for Gender Equality. What that means is that if we all step it up, women, men, children, governments, corporations alike, then we have a shot at Planet 50-50 by 2030. What does that look like? What does a 50-50 Bermuda look like in 2030? Many fantastic women from all different backgrounds are here with us today to pledge for parity and share their vision for gender equality in 2030. On that note, I would like to invite our first speaker to speak her truth and vision with us.
Thank you, Caroline, and happy International Women's Day, and thank you for supporting women today, the event today, and women in general. My name is Ann Simmons, and I am the Executive Director for the Women's Resource Center. The Bermuda I envision in 2030 is one in which there are equal numbers of women represented in the most senior leadership positions in our country, where women are equally and consistently represented as key decision makers in business, in politics, in healthcare, sports, and our justice system, to name but a few. As women, we bring another valuable and different perspective, which only serves to better outcomes for everyone. Certainly, equality and diversity in general are important in creating a more fair and just society. So when we speak of gender equality, it simply makes sense that women are equally represented in making decisions about the very things that impact our lives. And as we work towards this new reality of gender equality and true partnership, let it not be solely about increasing the numbers of women in top decision-making positions, but also about ensuring there are no barriers to effective participation by women in these lead roles. It is also important that we have men standing up and advocating for women in this necessary cultural shift, just as much as women advocate for ourselves and each other. We are not competitors, but partners working together to build stronger families and a stronger community in what should be a new 50-50 reality in Bermuda. Let's use today, International Women's Day, as the opportunity to work together, raise our voices, and step it up to make it 50-50 in 2030. Thank you, everyone.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kathleen Reardon, and I am CEO of Hamilton Re, the Bermuda-based operations of Hamilton Insurance Group. I'm very pleased to be with you here today. At Hamilton, we are serious about gender equality. The balance between men and women throughout our organization is almost 50-50. Of the 8 officers of our company, 3 are women. Throughout the insurance and reinsurance industry, women are still underrepresented. Our chairman and CEO, Brian Dupereau, has been a leading voice in finding ways to address the imbalance. He knows that having women in management roles translates to a better business solution and ultimately an improved bottom line. I'm proud of every member of my team at Hamilton Re, women and men, which includes some of the most talented underwriters, accountants, analysts in Bermuda and arguably the world. I think it's worth noting that every single woman on my staff is Bermudian, except one who is a spouse of Bermudian. Like many women here today, I'm a working mother. I don't have daughters, I have 2 young sons. In addition to the values I'm teaching them about being good, decent people, I want the example I'm setting about women in the workplace to be remembered. When they have a chance to work with women, and possibly for women, I hope that all they notice is ability, personality, and effectiveness. I hope that before they're grown, having equal representation of women on management teams and boards is so commonplace, no one will even notice anymore. We've come a long way. We have quite a way to go. At Hamilton Re, we're doing our part. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sandra Beach. I am the 9th Commandant of the Bermuda Reserve Police. The Reserve is our body of volunteer organization to provide support to the Bermuda Police Service. There have been several advantages in the years for promotion for women as high-rank officers from superintendent, both the Bermuda Reserve Police and the Bermuda Police Service. October the 8th will be recorded in history, being the milestone for the Bermuda Reserve Police, and it was the day that I accepted the command of this organization. I joined the Bermuda Reserve Police in 1995 and has rose to the rank. Today, I am proud to say I am the highest ranking officer. And I'm also honored to say I'm the first female officer to have the rank as Commandant in the Bermuda Reserve Police. In my vision and under my watch, the Bermuda Reserve Police will continue to be the highest organization and the volunteer organization in the community. The Bermuda is in the vision to me for women to have broke down barriers, who have helped to lead the way through others like myself, through the service for non-traditional careers such as policing. It is my vision, my hope, and my prayer for all the women to encourage for the idea of having great jobs, achieve the top jobs. This truly must be seen within the gap for everyone. Thank you, and happy International Women's Day.
My name is Caroline Carrington, and I'm here representing the International Women's Club of Bermuda. The world we envision in the IWC is one in which girls are 100% free from violence, domestic servitude, and ownership, free to attend school and college, are financially independent, and earn 50-50 equal wages for equal work, take up 50-50 roles in government, as in Bermuda, in the courts, in religious institutions, in industry, and on all boards. They are free to decide when and whether to start a family and with whom, and then entitled to a 50-50 share of childcare and household duties. And until we eradicate any obstacles to this 100%, we, the women of the IWC, pledged our 100% support to our daughters, our mothers, and our sisters, wherever they are. We pledge to teach our sons and brothers and husbands the value of us as equals and partners. Gender equality is not a woman or a male issue, it is a human right. The Bermuda we envision is one where strong, courageous, independent-minded girls can grow into women who set the standard, or rather, in Bermuda's case, continue to set the standard for the rest of the world. Why wait for 2030, Bermuda? You're almost there. We in the IWC are Bermudian, we're South African, we're American, we're Canadian, we're British, we're Russian, we're Swedish, we're Indian, we're Australian, and we're Kiwi, amongst others. We're that second. We are all women first. Thank you for this opportunity, and happy Women's Day.
Good afternoon. My name is Kim Wilson. I am a member of Parliament for constituency 34 Sand South Central. And the Bermuda that I envision for the year 2030 is one where gender income disparities, gender inequities at the boardroom, socially construed gender roles are all relics of the past. All forms of gender injustice will be relics of the past. And the women whose shoulders that we stand upon today will look down and smile upon us and know that we have continued in their struggle to ensure that gender equality is a common form and in the mainstream. And that we here in Bermuda will do our part to create a country where our daughters and our daughters' daughters will live in a community where gender inequality is a thing of the past, and that the only thing that our children will know about with respect to gender injustices, gender equality, and other types of means that serve to separate the genders and keep one gender superior to the other will be things that they read about in the history books. And gender equality will just be that, history. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Bermuda. I am Linda Parker, the principal of Bermuda High School for Girls. My vision for 2030 is that all women and girls in Bermuda and around the world will have access to and take advantage of educational, leadership, and economic opportunities, empowering them to reach their full potential and design their own futures. I want to see a world in which women are viewed as equal partners in every area of life, where it is assumed that a woman in the room will have the answer to the question and the solution to the problem. In 2030, we will not talk about the female president or physicist or economist. Gender will not be a part of the conversation, which we will be celebrating. Rather, we'll be celebrating intelligence, resourcefulness, or resilience, as we will have achieved equality, and there will be no need to use the adjective female as a qualifier. This is how we will know that we have created meaningful and long-lasting change. Happy International Women's Day.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ann Estavam. I work at Rosewood Talkers Point as a housekeeping coordinator, and I'm a mother of 4 boys. By 2030, I envision a Bermuda where people are not judged by the color of their skin or gender. A Bermuda where you are not judged because of the neighborhood that you reside in. I envision a Bermuda where women do not have to choose between raising their kids and having a career. A Bermuda where maternity leave is longer than 8 weeks, and whereas maternal bonding is very important. I envision a Bermuda where single mothers are not forced to work 2 and 3 jobs in order to support their families. A Bermuda where single mothers support each other in raising single-home families. I envision a Bermuda where government offers and encourages single women on assistance the opportunity to further their education in order to provide for their families. As it currently stands, a person on government assistance is not allowed to attend school full-time. I envision a Bermuda where the community provides moral, spiritual, and physical support for single mothers that raise young boys in this world today, as it takes a village to raise a child. I envision a Bermuda where women come together to console and support each other in order to overcome grief, as I have lost 2 young kids and know how important moral support is. By 2030, I envision a Bermuda filled with peace, love, and respect.
Good afternoon. I'm Lynn Wooldridge. I am a government senator and chair of the One Bermuda Alliance Party. But those are temporary labels. Most of all, I am a daughter, a sister, a wife, an aunt, and a friend. The Bermuda I envision is one where all girls are valued, nurtured, and cherished, resulting in a strong sense of their own self-worth. I want girls to get a well-rounded education so that they can be self-reliant in a sustainable manner, where they're prepared for any eventuality, positive or negative, and where they have their own mad money. 1 is a whole number. I want girls to grow into self-confident and self-sufficient women with healthy relationships, where the airplane oxygen mask analogy is kept in mind at all times. You cannot take care of someone else unless you care for yourself first. Happy International Women's Day.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Labrada Biss, and I am the Youth Premier of Bermuda's Youth Parliament. The Bermuda I envision in 2030, women are not seen as homemakers, but rather scientists, doctors, businesswomen, and much more. The Bermuda I envision in 2030 does not have a racial or gender pay gap where black women earn 64 cents to a man's dollar while white women earn 78 cents to a man's dollar, but rather we earn equal pay for equal work. However, we must remember that this progress means nothing for the rest of the world if other countries do not follow. The world I want to see in 2030 is where women are not victims of domestic violence, rape, female genital mutilation, or honor killings. I want to see a world where women are safe and have the equal opportunities to men. Thank you very much.
My name is Mariana. I'm the U.S. Consul General here in Bermuda. Because of the close proximity and ties between the United States and Bermuda, my vision for the future for both is similar. But before going forward, just take a second to look backwards. We all know what happens when women are empowered to achieve their full potential. Almost 50 years ago, the role of women started changing in the United States. More and more women entered the workforce. Because of their contribution, GDP in the United States rose by 25%. We've made progress, but this year's International Women's Day theme, Pledge to Parity, we are renewing our commitment to take action to empower women and girls. So what will this future look like? Policymakers will have continued to implement and improve laws that continue to discriminate against women. Government officials will have started programs that help women climb the barriers historically in front of them. Business leaders will have changed company policies to make things easier for working families. Researchers will help society better understand the challenges women and girls face, and civil society will have continued to hold us all accountable for our promises and press for new commitments, and we will have continued to shine a light on the everyday realities of women and girls. We have seen from the past that when we decide to make positive changes, good things happen for everyone, not just for girls and women, but for boys and men as well. Today, we remember the women of the past, we celebrate the women of today, and we lay the foundation for the women of tomorrow. We are pledging to make changes that improve the lives of women and girls here in Bermuda, in the United States, and around the world. The world can only reach its full potential when women or girls are empowered to reach theirs. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Bermuda. My name is Roxanne Francis, and I'm a sergeant with the Bermuda Fire and Rescue Service, currently serving the role of staff officer and assistant to Chief Fire Officer Virtual. Bermuda is known for its love of people. The Bermuda I envision in the year 2030 is one where more women exude a confidence in themselves and where they build up and encourage each other rather than bringing them down by building a strong sisterhood. Typically, the speeches you have heard today are geared toward gender equality. However, it is my belief that an important aspect of equality starts with us as women and how we should be accepting of each other. As women, it is our responsibility to help and support other women. We must strive to build each other up through words and deeds. This will then build confidence, which is imperative for equality. As I think about it, many leadership strengths such as integrity, tenacity, adventure, curiosity, and creativity are all attributes that increase with confidence. As a firefighter, my coworkers want to know that I am able and confident in doing my job. Having been in the profession for 20 years, I have found that it is not gender that will hurt you, but the absence of confidence in anything you do. I'd like to thank everyone present for all that you do to advance the cause of women, and I encourage every woman here to be kind and uplift one another. I'd like to end with two quotes, both from authors unknown, which state, "You can tell who the strong women are. They are the ones building each other up instead of tearing each other down." And secondly, when women support each other, incredible things happen. Thank you, and happy Independence Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day. My name is Alyssa Rose, and I am your reigning Miss Bermuda. When I was given the task of writing this speech, I sat and began to reflect upon my experiences to date. Having attended a single-sex school from the age of 5 years old, I've always felt empowered and supported as a woman, given the freedom to be myself, an opportunity not all women around the world, and even here in our community, are afforded. Not all is perfect in paradise. Too often, prominent issues here are neglected or disregarded. Too often, they're overlooked. But this doesn't change the reality that gender inequality does exist here. It remains prevalent, but we can change that. In 2030, in Bermuda, I envision a community where girls and women are no longer victims of domestic violence at home or targets for sexual harassment at school or in the workplace. Where women are not subject to whistles or catcalls merely due to their appearance or exterior. Where the demands of society's ideals and beliefs are for women to be comfortable with who they are and not to compete for who they want to be. I envision a Bermuda where girls and women have the knowledge, experience, and control over the decisions that they make in regards to their health, their family, and their education. Where there is no longer a glass ceiling for women. Where women with confidence, assertiveness, and ambition are attributes to be admired by a woman in a leadership role. Where women are not accused of being emotional beings, but as using their knowledge and experience to make effective and rewarding business decisions. Since 1944, when Gladys Morrell fought and achieved women's rights to vote in Bermuda, we have made significant progress. However, we must continue to be powerful advocates for gender equality around the world and right here in our community. In 2030, I envision the word feminism to not simply just be an ideology or belief. It will be our reality. Thank you.
I'm grateful to be here today to share my vision of a world in 2030 for 50-50 equality. My name is Tony Daniels and I'm an entrepreneur. The kind of world I envision in 2030 for 50-50 equality is a world where women are no longer sexually objectified in the media, in music, in film, in advertising, and of course in politics. We can and must do better to end what is a wholly unacceptable societal construct in the objectification of women. Women must be equitably valued without gendered and objectifying stereotypes related to youth, beauty, and sexuality. As a mother, businesswoman, and participant in politics, I will personally continue to raise awareness of this issue, and I will continue to vociferously advocate for, and more importantly, action for change. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Isabelle Ramsey-Brackstone. I'm a mother of 3 wonderful children, and I'm the owner of the Bermuda Perfumery, who makes the beautiful Lily Bermuda fragrances. I'm very, very grateful for all the women standing here and all our mothers and grandmothers for giving us a chance for advancement. I'm a widow, and yet I can make a very good living in Bermuda today. But the battle is not over. This is why I envision for 2030. I want Bermuda to have a thriving population of women with equal rights to influence and participate in government, to work in the marketplace and earn the same dollar as their men for the same job. More specifically, I want women to be present in equal numbers in our boards, in our government cabinet and committees, and on the boards of nonprofit organizations. I envision all women to be valued and celebrated for their unique talents as we embrace their role as mothers, teachers, and caregivers, as business owners, managers, and in all other fields where they choose to work and invest their talents. Happy Women's Day. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephanie Lee, and I'm the Marketing and Membership Coordinator of the Bermuda Chamber of Commerce. Today, Bermuda is making great strides towards gender equality and economic empowerment. Where other countries are facing historic elections with a potential head of state, it is not new here in Bermuda to have a female premier. In Bermuda, many businesses are owned by women or headed by women, including law firms, retail establishments, financial consultancies, as well as traditional female service providers like hairdressers and nail technicians. Many local nonprofits are also headed by women. While we recognize that we have come a long way since the women's suffrage movement, we still have a ways to go towards true gender equality in the area of equitable pay and representation on board levels. To achieve true gender equality by 2013, the key is in both genders recognizing the disparity and making the sustained effort required to close the gaps through mentoring, sponsorship, and knowledge sharing. Women make meaningful contributions wherever they find themselves, in boardrooms, classrooms, or living rooms. Women matter. Happy International Women's Day.
Good afternoon. My name is Sophia Marshall, and I'm head student at the Bermuda High School for Girls. In 2030, I envision a world in which women and girls not only have access to knowledge and information that will enable them to make the best decisions for themselves and their futures when it comes to education, healthcare, and their careers, but also have equal opportunities to achieve these goals. This means that we need to be seen as equal to males. Not only do we need to be talking about women and girls, but we need to be discussing our issues on an equal playing field, enabling us to feel safe and be able to assist in building stronger, more well-rounded communities. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Labrada Biss, head girl at Sodagrad School. In the year 2030, I imagine a world where the words gender inequality no longer exist. A world where women and men work freely, cohesively, and in harmony. I imagine a world where women have freedom to make choices without bias. A world where the rights of women are championed in every country, every business, and in every nation. I imagine a world where women work together to make each other better and where they take control of their future. In the year 2030, I imagine a world where girls are not denied education in place of marriage, maternity, and a life of hardship. I imagine a world where women and girls have access to medication and good health care, the right to make decisions regarding their life and the life of their families, where women make the same wages as their male counterparts of the same profession. This world in 2030 will see women treated as first-class citizens and taking their rightful places as leaders and catalysts for change to make the world a better place. Thank you and happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day. My name is Kamika Jackson and I am the head girl of the Barclay Institute. Education is one of the most critical areas of empowerment for women, and it is essential to the achievement of quality learning, hence why I envision in 2030 a world where the barriers are destroyed, including the gender gap, which prevents girls from receiving the quality of education globally. A world that has invested in girls' education and equips them with knowledge, enlightening girls to develop new and progressive ways on our society, which is a world that provides the essential tools which gives them a chance of a happier and healthier life, unleashing the incredible potential of girls and their community. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Sophia, Student Council President at Mountain Agnes Academy, and I envision a world where females are given every opportunity possible to create their own success without any negative comments regarding their gender. It's a world where women and girls can escape the prisons of gender stereotyping, where doing things like a girl wouldn't be used as an insult. By eradicating these stereotypes, we can ensure all children will follow their dreams and live up to their potential. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mia Daly, and I am the Deputy Head Girl at the Barclay Institute. In 2030, I envision a world where women don't have to risk their lives to become educated, something so valuable that many of us take for granted. I also envision women from all over the world being able to wear what they please as a form of self-expression without the fear of being sexually assaulted. Thank you and happy International Women's Day.
Good afternoon. My name is Sophia Montesolo and I'm the head girl at Sodagrad School. In 2030, I envision a world where every child has access to a quality education and healthcare, and where there is equal representation of women in roles of power and leadership. It is important for the world to start recognizing the worth of women and respecting our needs and capabilities. May we continue to have events like these to inspire women to be strong, independent, and successful, despite the setbacks that we may face along the way to a 50-50 2030. Thank you.
Afternoon. My name is Chen Kang and I'm head girl at Bermuda Institute. The world I envision for 2030 is one in which all women will have equal pay as our male counterparts who share a same educational background, in which all women will be allowed to own and operate successfully any business traditionally done by men, in which all women are no longer enslaved or trafficked, in which all women will be a positive role model for younger females, in which all women will have access to the knowledge and information we need to be able to achieve our life goals, in which all women will be appreciated and accepted all around the world for beauty, abilities, and talents. Thank you and happy National Women's Day.
Good afternoon. My name is Tate Crofts and I'm an M5 prefect at Simmons Academy. In my lifetime, I have seen how women have been treated unfairly and unjustly in aspects of our world, our society, economy, and more. However, I have also seen how it has changed and pushed us, helping us surpass our own expectations and limits, growing into amazingly influential beings. In 2030, I picture a society in which people are allowed to be whatever they want to be, in a society without the barriers that so many girls and women face, preventing them and us from achieving the amazing things we are all capable of. We must not let these barriers limit us. Instead, view them as guidelines of where we used to be, the starting point from which we have grown past. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Treasure Tanik and I attend the Work Academy Institute. For many years, women have had to fight for the right for equality, equal pay, and to work in the workforce. I am proud to say that we have come this far, but the fight is not over. We must teach our girls that they must continue to grow and aspire for greatness and success, the same things that men often teach their boys. That they can reach greatness in business and community, and to look at themselves with adoring and loving eyes, and to respect one another and themselves. We must also teach our girls that they can be the leaders of tomorrow. Behind every great man is an even greater woman. We must take this quote and we must analyze it. We must stand in front of the man and be just the great woman. Agreed? Yes, thank you. Women, we are nurturers, we are leaders, and we are carers. We are also the leaders, and we are the ones that our daughters and our sons should look up to. Have a great Women International Day.